Kendall Long and grocery store Joe's relationship status isn't exactly paradise, despite Bachelor Nation speculating that there was a reconciliation after the two called it quits earlier this year. This is your Bachelor Brief. So Kendall, who was getting ready to launch her upcoming book, Just Curious, a notebook of questions, got candid with Us Weekly about her current relationship with Joe, after he decided he wanted to move back to his native Chicago after the two lived together. Quote, "I love Joe. I mean, he's a great person and we've really went through a lot together and we have so much. We see strength in each other. So if I'm having a hard day, I can talk to him and I hope he feels the same way." But Kendall said that the two do not have a romantic relationship, despite many speculating that they got back together. And she also noted that it's been super hard to move on. Quote, "You want to start to date and it's not fair to keep holding on to somebody that you used to love and still have like a big place in your heart for. And I think we're kind of learning how to be friends. I wouldn't say we're completely 100% there yet. It's been a process. I mean, he's a great person." Back when the two first called it quits after falling in love in Mexico on Bachelor in Paradise, Kendall opened up to Access Hollywood about their split.
We still talk to each other occasionally.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess right now I'm really focusing on being a dog mama.
A dog mama.
Yeah,
I love it.
dogs
Yeah.
together, pistachios, so a little weenie dog. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of just really focusing on that and
Good,
work and just
yeah.
being just an individual.
And Joe's moved back to he's in
Yes.
Chicago,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he's in Chicago.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's living his life there, and he loves Chicago. His family and friends are there. And so I feel like, that's where he's just meant to be. So.
Yeah. And the Bachelor Nation support. How's it been with all of your friends in the Bachelor community supporting you, and so many of them out here in Cali, too?
Yes. I mean, it's been really good. I mean, I think a lot of people can understand going through difficult times publicly. And I think having that has been really helpful to know, like, hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
And it does get better. But surprisingly, I haven't gotten a lot of really negative comments as I was expecting to.
Good. That's good.
Everyone's been really supportive.
Yeah. Which is great because, we've talked about this, on the sit down for the morning after. That's not always the case, right?
No.
Comments.
And I never wanted to have a messy breakup publicly. So I think the one thing Joe and I made sure to do is to go through our breakup together.
Yeah.
Without any other involvement.
That's
Even a lot
smart.
of friends didn't know.
Yeah.
And then we went publicly, not directly from anything that we had with social media, but indirectly, and I think that was also a good idea.
Right. And completely apart from you and Joe, just in general, in Bachelor Nation, it does sometimes seem like people are so quick to get engaged or married or just tie the knot. Did you ever feel that type of pressure? Do you feel that type of pressure just in general being a part of this world?
I think that it allows you to open up and to actually feel comfortable in that world. I think that in the quote unquote real world, it's almost like a taboo subject to talk about, like marriage and having babies, early on in a relationship.
Yeah.
But I think those are incredibly important to talk about early on.
Yeah.
And so Joe and I, both being initially commitment phobes.
Commitment phobes. Oh yeah, I know because I was one.
Yeah,
So I feel you.
I was so terrified of committing and actually talking about marriage, and I feel like meeting on Paradise or in the Bachelor world was like, well, be completely honest with yourself. Do you really want this in your future?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. And I think exploring that with Joe is a really beautiful thing to have.
Yeah, I love that. That's a really good point about sort of how this community and this world just forces you to tackle sooner what we all eventually tackle, either, whether we decide we want it or we don't. We can spend forever running from it, but you can't really run here. You have to decide what you want.
Exactly. And it's more of an honest environment too.
Yeah.
Because it's expedited. So, hey, either you see it with me or you don't. There's no ghosting. There's no running away. It's face to face.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
Yeah, I love it. So you talked about the future. Looking to the future, what's the next step for you? What are you looking forward to? Are we going to see you in paradise? What's the plan here?
I'm not really sure. I guess I'm adjusting. I'm not closed off to anything in the future, but at the same time, it's not really my main focus. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm still kind of the dust is still settling.
Yeah.
So
you're
we'll
just
see.
open to
the
universe.
I'm open to the universe. The universe will give me an answer.